welcome you to another segment of Survive and Thrive with Sherry. Today we have a full house, and I would like to introduce to you the grandniece. And we're going to start with our first grandme. Her name is Wanza Davis. Wanza, you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here.
All righty. And then we also have Ronnie Betts.
And hello to you.
Okay. And we have Pat Crawford.
Hey there.
Hey there. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, we have their fearless leader, Miss Pat Davis. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you.
Why don't we get started talking a little bit about how did Grammys come about and who they are? Who wants to start?
Well, we're all friends, the Grammys, and we're all grandmothers and surrogate grandmothers. We, for so long, have been so irritated with a particular fashion that is so popular nationwide, and that is the drop pants. I guess that's what you call it, the drop pants, but I call it the expose yourself, exhibitionist. And we wanted to do something about it. We wanted to reach the audience that we felt might really listen to this message, which would be a lot of people, not only the people who dress like that, but their parents, grandparents, sisters, and friends. So we decided to do a modified rap. It's not really a rap like the rap singers you see nowadays, but we thought we'd put it in a modality that people would listen to, and that would be kind of fun for people to listen to. So we did a rap.
Wonderful. You wrote your own lyrics?
We wrote the lyrics.
And the music?
Well, the music was done originally, it's an original piece that was done by Anthony Sutton, who is a young man. He's a local high school student here. He goes to Lanphier High School. He's a freshman.
Southeast.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's at Southeast. He's a freshman at Southeast, and he did the musical score for us to match the lyrics.
Okay.
So it's an original score that he did for us.
All righty. So we have grandmothers, and what did you call the term about this type of dress? How did you describe it?
Exhibitionist.
Exhibitionist.
Exposure.
Exposure.
You know, how people would kind of streak across the football field. It's almost like that, streaking.
Okay.
Semi-streaking.
Semi-streaking. Okay, ladies, do you have your own terms? Some of you, how you describe this type of fashion? Ones I see you nodding ahead.
Yes, I do. When I was working, I am retired now. I was the fashion police
For
at
the
my
school
school,
district.
for the school district here in Springfield. And at my school, as I said, I was the fashion police, and we called it sagging.
Oh, yeah.
And that is where the pants are well below the bottom, and they will put the belt on and hold them up that way and then walk wide-legged. And I was often, almost constantly, arresting those those students who, chose to wear their pants that way. So we did call it sagging, and I think even in the district handbook it is referred to as sagging. So I do have a little bit different. It's the same thing. Their pants are down too far.
Okay, thank you, Wanza. Now, you two ladies, Ronnie, Pat, do you have like your own term? What's your comfortable word with how you describe this?
Well, mine is baggy. I call them baggy.
Okay.
I call them baggy.
You call them baggy too. Now, when you were talking, Wanza, I got this picture of this guy, mostly guys. Does females bag?
I did have a student that was a female who pulled hers down that far with a belt and tried to come into the classroom that way as well. And it was a struggle to get her to pull them up.
Well, now we're talking about male and female. So I'm going to hold that for just a second. But I got a vision of someone with their pants, you said, well down beneath their buttocks.
Yes.
Like near mid-thigh maybe is where the waistline is, that they're wearing the waistline mid-thigh.
About mid-thigh.
Now, I'm presuming that they have boxer shorts on.
Usually.
Not always. So sometimes they may have briefs on. I've never seen briefs.
Well, I didn't totally look that
Okay.
closely
Okay.
for, what was underneath. When I
Okay.
saw them down that far,
Maybe I was
and
looking
the
too hard.
crotch
I'm sorry.
hanging that low, this was time to do my, quote, arrest.
Okay, now is this? I know you said it was a fashion statement. I'm sorry. You trying to get in there, Pat?
Some of the guys they have the boxers on, but they have the boxers pulled down as well.
No.
Yes.
No. So we're looking not at fabric anymore. We're looking at skin.
Yes.
Right.
How far?
Pretty far. It's too much. It's still too much, regardless if it was just.
Okay. Back up. I'm a specific type of girl. So when you say too far, are we talking like refrigerator man, plumber,
Yes.
where you got a little bit of line there on the back? Or are you saying that there's more than a little bit?
I mean, sometimes it's like that.
That's a
you see-
lot.
That's what I'm talking about.
I see your mouth open, Ronnie. What
Yeah,
are you thinking?
I'm like, when you did like this that much, I'm visualizing as well, and I'm like, oh, I don't think so.
And if that's happening on the front, I'm afraid to even start thinking about what's happening that's happening on the back. I'm afraid to start thinking about what's happening on the front. But
I often wonder that.
I'm like,
What position are these pants hitting in the front?
and the problem.
Most of the time they're holding them up in the front.
Say that again.
Most of the time they're holding them up. They got the one hand because they can't let them drop all the way, or otherwise they wouldn't be able to move.
Okay, now I might be pushing the envelope here, and I'm not trying to start anything, but let me just say this. I do remember the streaking term that you mentioned earlier, that it did go way past having the pants on the mid-thigh. Streaking was,
All the way off.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just as disgusting.
But when I hear you talk about, I hear you. But when I hear you talk about, having that much showing in the back, it keeps getting bigger for me. But anyway, having any amount showing in the back and having to hold it up in the front, to me, there is something going on in the person's mind that they know this is a little too much because you're holding up the front. So come on now, how do you make heads or tails of why this is going on? You've been in the school district for a while.
And I think a lot of it is peer pressure. Look at me. Am I cool or what?
Is it just attention? You think our kids need
They
attention?
do. Oh, yes, they do need
And
attention.
they're not getting it? Do you think they're like starved or
They
famished
do
and this
need
is part of
attention,
it?
and they love the attention that they're getting, and I look cool.
Isn't negative attention better than none at all?
Any attention is better than, just the good.
What do you think, Pat?
I think they want attention, but it's not only the kids, the adults as well that dress like that.
Well, we
Or the young
have
men.
more than one generation now. We've kind of like it's spread it. Pat, was that you saying earlier today about it's now an older group that you're seeing doing this?
Well, I've seen young men, and I know they have to be in their 20s. They're not 14, 15, and 16 years old. These are older guys who you would think have grown out of being affected by peer pressure.
They're like 20, 25, or what are you thinking? At least 25? At least.
They look like it to me.
Okay, so let's just say it's 9 years. Let's say 10 years, roughly. Pat, you were in the school district. Were you seeing this 10 years ago in the school district?
The start of it, I think.
Okay, so we
The
got.
start of it about
So-
10 years ago.
So it's possible that the one that she's looking at now, and I'll get to,
Is
with you,
still
Justice
out,
Ronnie,
out there doing
is
the
a
same
carryover
thing.
from.
Yeah, but you think they would mature out of it by now, you know?
Yeah.
Ronnie, you were going to say something.
Well, I have heard also that this originated from prison, that it was a style that came from prison, and when people got out, they continued with this style, and it was like a bad attitude kind of thing, rough and tough.
It originated in prison, and if you wore your pants that way, you were associated with a gang there in the prison.
Right.
And, you're tough if you're in a gang,
Yeah.
they thought.
Well, I think that's an interesting commentary because supposedly we send people, and I use we generally as a society, we send people to prison to correct and adjust behavior.
rehabilitate.
But instead, we have the prisoners influencing
Right.
behavior.
They have their own
Ex-prisoners,
society.
Right. they come out and influence the younger generation mostly. And then I thought, that it was rap groups, because a lot of times teenagers follow artists, music artists, on their style and their clothing. But when I heard that it was originally from ex-prisoners or those that still are in, I didn't like the idea of my grandson or anyone's, teenagers using them as a role model. So.
Well, and do we have like prisoners and rappers kind of blending together? Isn't there like a culture that says you're a better kind of rough, tough, for lack of a better word, rapper if you've really been to prison?
It gets attention, and I think that is the big thing. If they start, that dialogue that comes from prison or comes from a gang, it does get attention, and they're rough and tough.
Okay, ladies, anybody answer this question? What's the worst case that you've seen of this?
Well, I've seen some try it at school with their pants just almost to their knees, with the waistband almost to the knees, and then the crotch is way down here. And the girl that I saw really broke my heart. I mean, mostly it had been boys for me. But, it's very concerning to see the students, the young people, wearing their clothes like that, the image that they're portraying, and what their future is going to be like. Because, they're not going to be accepted in the corporate world or, really.
They're limiting their options.
For any type of, lifelong career.
Well, it sounds like we're losing a generation. Ronnie, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, for me, the worst that I've seen was a young girl, and it surprised me because she was at work, and I thought she was trying to show off her undies in the back. And so I went over to tell her, your T is showing in the back. And she looked at me like, I was offending her. And I said, well, you don't want people to take this impression of you here in the office like that. And she said, well, I didn't have to look.
Wow. And on that note, we're going to get ready to take a break. You ladies have been wonderful. You guys stay with us. We're going to come back in just a few minutes. I want to remind you that you can catch the show every Wednesday morning at 7:30 on Fox 55. You can also catch it on Access 4 on Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., 4:30, and again at 10:30 p.m. We appreciate your joining us. You can Facebook us, email us. We would love to hear from you on this topic, but we will be right back. Hi, my name is Sherry Pittman, and I'd like to welcome you to join us in watching Survive and Thrive with Sherry every Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. on Fox Channel 7 WRSP. You can also catch us on Access 4 at 10:30, 4:30, and again at 10:30 p.m. We look forward to having you join us watching the show. We'd love to talk about marriages and other things as well, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Survive and Thrive with Sherry, along with our guests, Grandniece, and we have Wanza Davis, Ronnie Betts, Pat Crawford, and Pat Davis. Two Davises. Is there any relatives?
Not that we know of.
Okay,
No.
okay, all right.
We both married into that name.
Oh, okay. Married brothers, cousins? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
But we're back. We only have a few short minutes, but I do want to talk a little bit about your rap that you have both written and that you have rapped. So your lyrics, and we talked about the two young ladies earlier, and I kind of wanted to say a little bit about that because that's almost like a new phenomenon. But let's talk about your lyrics. Tell us a little bit about what they mean, and what's your favorite line in there? Let me just ask all of you that. Anybody can answer first. What's one of your favorite lines?
I like all the lines. I think they're all meaningful, a little funny, but I think they get the message across. They get the point across what we're trying to say. Excuse me. The one I really like is, don't let your grandma see you with your pants like that. You give her a heart attack. And I'm sure there are a lot of grandmothers out there who say, Sonny, baby boy, don't go out there with your pants like that, baby. I'm sure there are a lot of grandmothers who are saying that to their grandsons,
I think
or
there's
wishing they could say.
could say
Some
that.
of them might be a little bit hesitant to talk to their grandsons these days. I'm sure they're wishing they could tell their grandson, "Baby, don't wear your pants like that."
There's a lack of respect, I think, in a big way, and it certainly crosses over into this area too. What about you, Pat?
I just like the song, and I especially like Pants Up.
Oh, you both laughed so hard, all three of you. Tell me,
Surprised, yeah, to hear
Pants
her say
up?
that. Yeah,
Yes.
That's
the chorus line.
The chorus
Yeah.
line.
There is a line similar to that that I'm really fond of, and I like the emphasis that we put on it because it's coming from a grandma. Get them pants up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it, they know we mean business.
And a past clothing police too, right?
That's right. Fashion police, yes.
Fashion police. What about you, Ronnie?
I think my favorite line is "Drop it like it's hot." It's a
Ooh.
dance move, not a pants move.
Oh,
I think that's pretty cool.
okay, all right. It's a dance
Yeah, it's kind of like a fun line. You know,
Okay.
it makes you want to move.
move. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit. Do you ladies agree that there's two big issues that we've identified here? One is the respect, and the other one is the need for attention.
I do feel that is
That's a good point.
primarily, and
point.
my concern for them, for their future,
Right.
looking like that, the image that they're portraying.
So let me go with this need for attention, because I'm thinking in my head, correct me or tell me if you feel different, that the need for attention and not getting it for so very long can then turn into disrespect. Kind of, I was trying to work with you, but now because I haven't been able to get Wanza.
Well, everybody needs attention. Whether they get it or not, they still want it. So, I don't know that I would say just attention is, the reason that they're doing it. Peer pressure is really big with students. And, they want to be accepted. They want other students to look at them, and be in
Right.
with the crowd. So, there are a lot of factors, I think, that contribute to, how students act.
Right.
Ronnie?
I think also that a lot of young people just want to be in the fad. That's what we used to call it, was be in the fad. And so if everybody else is doing it, then they feel like they're cool if they do it too. And I think too many times they don't even realize how disrespectful it is.
What was the fad of your day, Ronnie?
Ooh. I'd have to say the worst fad that we had that I know our parents didn't like was hot pants.
Hot pants.
Yeah.
The rest of you, what do you think?
It was hot pants and the
Was
mini
it?
and the
mini
micro
skirts.
mini.
The
The
mini
mini
skirts,
skirts,
the short
yeah.
skirts. Yeah, the mini up above your knee. They were.
Yeah,
They
but
weren't
I
up
remember
there.
my mom telling me, "You are not leaving this house looking like that."
Looking like that, meaning
Yeah.
you look like what?
You
A
had to
hoochie
correct it. Yeah.
You look like what? What'd you say?
I said a hoochie mama.
That's today's term, not back then term. Wanza?
Sometimes, too, you would see girls showing too much cleavage.
Okay.
And that still is, one of the offenses I had to address at school.
Okay.
So, they want to attract attention, and sometimes not for the right
Not for
reasons.
the right reason. What about you, Pat?
I was thinking when I was in junior high and high school, 1,000 years
Just
ago.
yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday. The thing was to be smart. Everybody wanted to be smart. The guys were coming to school with briefcases and slide rules. Everybody wanted to be smart or appear to be smart, even if they weren't, that smart. But that was the thing. They wanted to be smart and be the smartest one.
What school did you go to?
That was the thing. I went to public school. And this was even when I was in Michigan in school, and then we moved to California. and it was the same thing at that time.
So there had to be like some kind of fashion thing that was the thing.
Oh, well, the short skirts.
Oh, the short skirts,
We would roll
okay.
our skirts up, and make them shorter.
And that's kind of headed the same direction. A little bit too much information. I heard, this is a little bit off the topic, but I heard a senator say one time when I was working for government, and I won't call his name, but he said that the length of the meeting was like a woman's skirt, short enough to keep it interesting and long enough to cover the necessities.
Yeah.
You've heard that before?
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So, but the concern then, and maybe even now, is that things aren't covering the necessities. They are not covering
Right.
the
That's right.
necessities.
Right.
That's part of the problem.
Right.
And
Yeah.
where do we go from here?
Yeah.
We can write another song, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we've talked about it.
You think there are other Grammys around the country who kind of echo this same type of
Oh, for
sentiment?
sure.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sure there are
definitely.
other grandparents.
You have,
mothers,
Yeah.
mothers, grandmothers.
Do you talk to, you got other relatives? Any of you all on Facebook?
I am.
One? Just one? No
No.
one
No.
else is on Facebook? So but you make phone calls, right? You have relatives in other cities and friends and da-da-da-da, right?
And when you get together with different people, you talk about it, you know,
you talk about
because people are passing by you and say, "Oh my God."
I was in France about 3 weeks ago, as was Wanza, and I was talking to some of the people in my group and telling them that, some friends and I had written a rap song about that issue, and they were from all over the country, and they were all, "Oh, that's great! I see it where I live, and I want to see that when you do it." So it isn't something that's just locally here; it's nationwide.
So do you have,
see it I didn't see it in France.
do you all
But
have,
it's
I'm sorry, I
nationwide.
keep
Excuse
interrupting
me.
you.
Mhm.
Do you all have plans to like sell this? Is this like a business of sorts? Would you receive money for this?
If you'd love to buy it, we would love for you to.
I was gonna say you all a little slow on the draw there.
Oh,
We hadn't thought about that.
Right.
That could be. We wanted to do it
it
to get the
depends on
message
how,
out
where,
there.
yeah,
But
where it goes.
And see where it
that's
leads.
our greatest
Yeah.
desire is to get the message nationwide and hopefully see some type of culture change.
Okay,
That's
well,
what
you're
we would
gonna.
like to
Well,
do.
we'll have to have you continue to sing your songs. Pat, you were trying to say something just then. We missed it. Do you still have it on your mind?
No, I was just agreeing with her.
Okay. Well, ladies, I've enjoyed talking with you about this. Where do you go next? What do you do next?
Well, we'll see what comes our way.
Okay. How long did it take you to write this song?
Weeks, a few.
Well, Pat had the original lyrics, and we kind of critiqued it and edited it and
Several
made a few
weeks.
changes.
Several
Makes
weeks,
sense.
yeah.
We've practiced, and and whenever someone would think of another word or another lyric, we would see if everybody agreed, and it just came together.
Okay, well, go over a few of the lyrics with me if anybody can jump in there. But I know you've talked a little bit about your favorites, but did you have to practice this for a long time? In terms of length of time, has it been, a year or 6 months? And what was I know you saw the pants thing, but you had some fun with this too, right?
We
Yeah,
did.
we had
did.
some fun with
We
it, and we
did.
started in about July working on this, and then with the summer there were a lot of things going on in all of our lives, so we had a little break in there for a while, but we practiced quite a bit through August, refining the lyrics and making sure that they sound right but still had meaning to them.
If other Grammys wanted to do something like this, what would be your best suggestion for them?
Just do it. If there is something that they are really concerned about or would like to get a message out about it, just do it.
To focus on something that is going to help the students or
Right.
the
Right.
young
Yeah.
people, not just students.
Yeah.
The
A
young
posi-
people.
Yes.
A positive cultural change.
Right.
Is
And I say keep it fun and a little catchy so that hopefully we'll even hear them singing it.
Okay. Now, will we get to see any of you ladies with your hot pants or your micro skirts?
Next taping.
Hold my breath, right?
For sure.
Now you
I
must
think
have
we've matured beyond those span.
Right. And we think too, just like we grew out of it, hopefully they'll grow out of it.
But they're 25, and you're saying you're
Yeah,
still seeing
that's
some
still
of it.
going on.
Well, that's still kind of young, though. 25 is. You have any pictures of the hot pants days?
Oh, please.
No.
They've
old
probably
photos.
turned yellow by now, but I don't know if I could find any.
Well, again, Wanza Davis, Ronnie Betts, Patricia, I keep saying Pat, but Pat Crawford, and Pat Davis.
Yes.
You ladies have been a delight to have on the show today. I certainly hope that you will continue to write Grammy songs, and who knows, maybe you'll go viral and it'll be everywhere. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you for having us.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
This was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys, thank you for watching us again today. Remember to watch us on Wednesday mornings at 7:30. You can catch us on Fox 55 and also on Saturdays. It's been great and wonderful. We look forward to seeing you again on Survive and Thrive with Sherry. Bye.
Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. It's about self-respect. Don't neglect. Wear your pants correct. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, boy. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Don't take no genius when you're doing the thinking. Look at those pants. Ain't they stinking? Pull your pants up, boy. Pull your pants up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Don't let your grandma see your pants like that. It'll give her a heart attack. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, boy. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Stop flashing the crack in the back. Nobody wanna see your pants like that. Pull your pants up, boy. Pull your pants up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Who'd have a dude dressed like you? You still need your mama like paper needs glue. Get them pants up, boy. Get them pants up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Cover what you got. You're not that hot. Pull your pants up, boy. Pull your pants up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Don't give me that about being in style. You never seen that strolling down the aisle. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, boy. Be your own self. Don't follow the pack. Only wolves hang like that. Pull your pants up, boy. Pull your pants up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Drop it like it's hot is a dance move, not the pants move. Pull your pants up.